All right, guys, we're back with our full hour of the Screen Team right here on KWOC, brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, where Walmart is next door to us, Fearless Social, and Poplar Bluff Drywall. Being joined by Sabrina again, and we're getting ready to review The Jungle Book, and this is the hottest movie out here in the month of April. It came out a couple weeks ago, directed by Jon Favreau, and it stars the likes of Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, and Scarlett Johansson. And of course, it's the typical tale of the Jungle Book. You've got Mowgli, who is adopted by some wolves in the jungle, and he's got to try to escape Shere Khan. So that's the basic summary, I guess, of the Jungle Book. Here we got Sabrina here with us, and from the very start, this was a movie you wanted to see, right?
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, I grew up watching the original Disney version of the Jungle Book story, and it's sort of ingrained in your head that that's the end-all, make-all of what the Jungle Book is.
Yes.
So when I saw they were making a live-action version, and the trailers that they showing that it was really, really close to what the Disney version of it, the cartoon version of it was, I thought, ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's see how they make this happen. And I fell in love instantly with the little kid, the little boy, Mowgli. And I thought, he's going to knock my socks off, There just won't be enough of him in it. And that's why I was excited about seeing it.
See, it's amazing sometimes how different we are. You were excited. I was dreading this movie. Like when I saw the trailers, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be terrible," because I just saw like a CGI fest of CGI substance. And is this movie going to have the heart? Is it going to have the? Because I love the Disney cartoon, because it has the heart. It's got the, I love Baloo the Bear, man. I want to hug that guy and dance around with him and sing the bare necessities. And I'm scared of Shere Khan and Kaa. He's scary too, but he's also kind of goofy and clumsy and stuff like that. So the cartoon made you, believe in those characters, and they made you either root for them or hate them or I lived in that world, and I loved that world. And when I saw the world for the first time on a trailer for this particular version of the movie, I was like, no, this is just going to be another CGI fest of nonsense, no heart, no nothing. And we went and saw the movie. We saw it in theaters.
We took Luke. We did not do 3D.
And from what I hear the 3D version's pretty good, even though we haven't seen.
You shortchanged me.
Well, I am a cheap date, so. But I did offer to buy you popcorn, but you said no.
So you could have upped on the tickets.
Yeah, I guess we could have. But Luke doesn't like to wear those glasses.
No, he does not.
So I was thinking about everybody there. So seeing this movie was better than I thought it was going to be. Like I was expecting this movie to be like a 1 or a 2 star, and it's a pretty
out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah. It's a pretty decent movie. I'd probably give it a 3. Like I said, it was better than I expected. There was some really, really interesting parts. I liked the scene with King Louie. I thought that was really well done, even though I know you're not crazy about the voice of Christopher Walken as King Louie, right?
Absolutely.
So I liked that scene a lot. The scenes where I was disappointed with, I thought some of the characters looked realistic with the CGI, like King Louie. I thought he looked spectacular. I thought Baloo looked like a CGI bear. There was
honest to goodness, it looked like Bill Murray with fur.
Yeah.
If they did anything spectacular, it was capture the voice actor's face in a CGI version animal. Mm-hmm. You can see Christopher Walken. You can see Bill Murray. Those two, definitely. You can see it in their eyes. But I cut you off, and I do that for a living. But I have to say, though, that was one thing that I thought was really, really impressive, was the ability to capture the expressions as you would see it on recognizable actors. Yeah. Just based on voice and those expressions.
What I thought was interesting about this film is they included a lot of the wolves, with with the cartoon version, you get like one scene, hey, he was raised by the wolves, and you don't see him again.
Right.
With this one, they kept going back and forth with the wolves.
There's a whole nother link to the story with the wolves.
Yeah.
They're an integral part of this story.
And I thought that was pretty interesting and a different telling, and I liked it. I didn't care for Shere Khan, not Shere Khan. I like Shere Khan. I didn't like Ka. I didn't like Ka in this film.
Snake?
Yeah.
That was what's her face?
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. It just looked fake to me, man.
Yeah.
Looked fake. I didn't like it.
Okay,
I was disappointed with all the Baloo scenes. I was expecting comic relief from those particular scenes, and it felt like they were trying to be the comic relief, and it just didn't really pan out.
If you were to see if you were to take the two movies, the original Disney cartoon and this movie, you would get two sides of a coin. Because one is light, filled with music, filled with laughter and excitement, and just everything is A-okay. And we're going to give you an hour and a half or whatever it is of just fun singing and goofiness and laughing and talking and solving a little problem. Mm-hmm. And then you've got this movie. And this movie is the exact opposite side of the same coin. Okay, that's important for me to say. It's not a complete opposite. It's the opposite side of a coin. It is dark, mysterious. It is way more mature, less music, hardly any singing at all. And the story is extended beyond the cartoons. So you got a 2-dimensional cartoon, you got this 3-dimensional movie.
Right.
And they're for two different audiences.
So did you like it?
I did. I liked it. Mm-hmm. I was not disappointed as far as meeting my expectations. Part of that was because you were so negative about it that I kind of drew back on my expectations. But I loved the kid. I know you were like, I loved Mowgli, and I was really happy and pleased with the way they shared his story and the way they explained it and went beyond what we got out of the cartoon. Mm-hmm. And I loved the way he showed so much heart, natural, instinctive concern for the animals. It just showed the humanity of Mowgli. And I think that's like the key element to this whole movie. In the cartoon, you don't get the humanity. You just get this little boy that was raised by wolves that's got to trek across the forest, the jungle, to get to the man village.
Right.
And all of the shenanigans that happens. In this one, you see a real struggle, life and death. You see complete torture in a soul that is trying to become a man who is just a tiny little boy. I don't even know how old he's supposed to be. 10?
Something like that.
10, something like that. Because I think they said there was 10 moons or 10 suns or something like that. Anyway, 10 seasons. So I think he's 10. But the point is that it's just so much more content in this movie. And was it for Luke? No. He was bored.
He was,
It got his attention periodically, and then there was times when he had to crawl up in one of our laps, because it was so intense. And so it's not really for the little toddlers.
I was kicking myself in the butt. I bought the small popcorn. I was like, I should have bought the big popcorn.
Because it kept him busy.
Can I get down, Mom? No, you can't get down.
So for older kids, grade school and up, I mean, I think they can handle it. It's not so dark and awful. It's just so much humanity in it, I guess is the best thing I can use to describe it. I was not pleased with the choice of Christopher Walken or Bill Murray as voices. I didn't care about Scarlett Johansson. I thought that was fine. But those two voices, I just couldn't get past the fact that I could see them in my head. And if I can see the character, the person, actor, or whatever, it's distracting to me. Yeah. And Christopher Walken, I didn't at first even realize it was him. Bill Murray, right away. Saw Bill Murray. Okay, you're a bear. Great. But, so Blue, definitely disappointing. But Louis, when they went into the song, and I was like, oh, okay, I can see maybe why you chose him, because there's a little bit of his ability to capture what was in the cartoon. But that song has such high expectations. And so does the one with Baloo. And it was just, let's whistle a little bit or something, Yeah. But it was just so completely different that I just couldn't accept it.
It's been getting a lot of great reviews. Sabrina liked it, and pretty much all across the board, critics have been giving this movie some really, really high regards. And the audience has been loving it too, man. It's been number one in the box office the past few weeks. So even though I didn't like it, if you want to give it a chance, definitely do so. It's called The Jungle Book, and you can find it in theaters. Coming up after the break, we're going to review Shrek. It's next on KWOC.